The following is a SOONERVISION presentation.
The cyclone alert has passed. Now it's time to go into Aggie territory. Coach Blake will talk about the game against Texas A&M. We'll also have quarterback Jake Sills on the show and receiver Ahmed Kaba. So stay tuned. The John Blake Show starts right now. Welcome to the John Blake Show. I'm Steve Newman. Coach, congratulations on an exciting come-from-behind 17-14 victory over the Cyclones of Iowa State.
I tell you, Steve, it was a great victory for our fans and for our kids. The effort they gave, the way our coaches managed to clock the last 45 minutes, and I think it was outstanding. And just a great effort from our kids. And I tell you what, those are the type of things that just that you like to see young kids do. Never give up and hang in there and make plays.
Let's take a look at some offensive highlights. Jake Sills starting for the first time at quarterback for the Sooners. And, of course, this was not his first start.
No, it's not this young man's first start. Boy, I tell you, we need more of this young man. We got 3 games left, but he came out there and gave us a really good performance. I thought we blocked pretty good at point of attack at times.
Carson Fields on the quick opener.
Good job by Carson right there hitting the trap play.
Michael Thornton's coming back from injury, isn't he?
I tell you, Michael's really come back from injury, but it was an outstanding run. That's why he sets it up right there and he bounces outside. I tell you, this young man, he really give us a little boost when he rests Demond Parker. Hopefully he comes on back and be a lot more healthier this game.
Demond again.
Demond again, bouncing the ball outside, good speed. Good job of wrapping the ball up, protecting Demond.
Jake Sills passing to Jason Freeman. And Jake gathered confidence the entire game.
Oh, I tell you, guys, he has a lot of confidence already. I think the experience has really helped him a whole lot. I tell you, this young man right here, Freeman, has really become a leader for us. You know, doing a great job of blocking and catching the football. He's been a leader on the field and off the field for us. Great job by Jake getting in open field. We can throw the ball.
Jake to Ahmed Kaba, and we'll have both those gentlemen on the show today.
We got to tell you, Ahmed Kaba has become a big play guy for us and a leader for us. He's doing a great job for us, the way he practices, the way he go about his business. And, you know, a lot of guys call for the ball in pressure situations, kind of like Michael Jordan. And he's nowhere like Michael, but I'm just saying the great ones want the ball in pressure situations.
And he wants it.
He wants the ball.
Self-Latrell's run there, his shoulder's getting better?
He's getting a lot better. Again, he's just nursed sore shoulder, but he's a tough young man. His dad played here, so I think he comes from really good genes.
There's a tough guy.
Oh, yeah, this young man here has done a great job for us. I don't know if he ever feel a punt. I mean, he wants to try to break every last one of them, but yeah, he's a tough young man. But that's some experience. He's playing 3 years for us.
This was a great catch here, John, coming back for the ball and keeping body control.
And keeping body control and not letting the guy behind catch him. He did a great job blocked by Kaba right there, making sure he's in front of the guy, and a great job of getting the ball in the end zone.
We'll take another look at this touchdown. It's worth another look.
It sure is. You know, really for more than several reasons, because, again, the patience that Jake had right here watching, patient, feeling the pressure behind him, just waiting for someone to come open, and then throwing the football right there.
Look at that.
Did a great job of running right here. And I think that was one thing that was really impressive.
He told Bob Berry after the game there was no way he was not going to get in that end zone.
Well, I like him to think that way. He ought to give Kaba a little credit, though.
Yeah.
But again, the determination from these young men to do whatever it takes to win. And that's the thing that you're just very thankful for.
It was a very emotional dressing room after this game, very emotional locker room. Not exactly a big celebration, more of a relief that all the work you all have put in has paid off.
Well, I think the thing has been more than anything, Steve, is that a lot of young kids played in that game. You know, Nick Simpson went in when Ante was rejected, and he was crying because he really wanted to play and help the football team, and he really felt he played a big part of it. It's amazing. All these kids want to feel they can play a part of helping us win and helping us get this thing turned around, and I think that was the emotional part about the game. We're winning, and even come from behind again. The young man that made a mistake caught the ball. Just a lot of things that's going on in this football team right now.
Okay, we'll be back to look at the defensive side of the Iowa State game, the defensive highlights in just a moment.
The John Blake Show is brought to you by Coca-Cola, always part of the Sooner team. Phillips 66, the Performance Company. National American Insurance Company, Oklahomans working hard for Oklahomans. St. Anthony North, Bone and Joint, Mission Hill, and Hillcrest Hospitals. Gatorade, life is a sport. Drink it up. Oklahoma Tank Lines, professionals providing energy transportation solutions. Your local Mercedes-Benz dealership. Hillbrook Allen Hamilton, the businessman's insurance agency since 1911. And by the Sooner Club.
Coach, you can't win without defense, and boy, did the defense step up again against Iowa State.
I tell you, our defense, again, we have some injuries on our defense. Losing Terry White really hurt us, but I tell you, Rodney Rideau has really stepped up and give us that quarterback, that leadership we need on the secondary. And I tell you, our defense did play hard. I'm excited about it.
Let's take a look at some of the plays. This first defensive play was a great play because this was a good offensive play to start the game, a flea flicker.
Well, you know, we had a little success from that flea flicker in
Yeah,
Texas.
against Texas.
It's a great job by Corey T. Ivy here, just covering the guy, being on top of him, turning around, trying to find the ball, and that's just a great job.
Senior Ghana Joseph, and when you say senior, you don't say senior much on this team.
Boy, not many seniors at all, guys. Maybe really one is hurt, and Rodney Rideau's taking this spot, and two really, Kelly Gregg and Ghana Joseph. Ghana had an outstanding game for us, and Roger really hope the best for that young man. He deserves it.
Great punt coverage on this.
That's Corey T. Ivy again, making things happen. You're not there having pressure. Good job of guys covering. Great job.
Freshman Rocky Kalmus and company.
Rocky Calvin continue to be an outstanding player. True freshman. It's really unfortunate this man doesn't have a chance to redshirt.
Yeah.
But that's the situation we're in right now. Got some young guys playing. That's Kelly Gregg again. That's Brandon Moore.
The guy's everywhere.
He really is. He's the best tackle in the Big 12. I guarantee you.
Hands down.
Hands down. And then here he is again, all over the field, making things happen. Good play by Rodney right there. Ghana again.
Rodney stepped up his game when he had to come in.
Rodney's really done a good job for us, but he's a great young man. He's worked hard and done everything we asked him to do, and all of a sudden his time has come. And again, here's Pee Wee tipping. Pee Wee's coming through for us, and that's Corey T. Ivy.
The old Oski drill.
Well, I guarantee it works sometimes more than anything. It's a great job by Corey. Everybody keeping the ball bounced, and one of our guys getting a hold of it.
How often do you practice that?
All
About
the
every
time.
practice, right?
I practiced that when I was in first grade. That's Brandon Moore putting his body in there, making something happen. Good job by Ghana right there.
Senior and freshman.
Good job by Brandon Moore right there, putting his head in there. Good job, Brandon. Good pressure by Kelly Gregg. Good job tipping the ball right there, Pee.
Five
Should have
guys.
been an interception.
Five guys around the ball.
We knew which one he was going to run, believe me. Here's a good job again. There's Rocky. Pulling him up again, trying to scramble. Good job of Cornelius Burden. You know, he hadn't been sacked.
That was
all
the
year
first
long.
sack
No
all
question.
year for that guy.
I take Cornelius Burden's really playing good for us, doing a good job for us. Good job right here tackling open field. Mike Woods going there. Good job.
I guess the whistle blew there.
Yes, sir. I guess. Here's a good job again. Our inside guys making a lot of tackles right here. Everybody swarming the ball. Good job. Kelly Gregg again leading the attack.
How does Kelly get all the places he gets?
He's really good. He uses his hands extremely well, Steve. He gets off blocks, and again, it's just his attitude. He's determined to make every play. It's a good tackle right here by Mike Woods. Good job, Mike, presenting the first down right there. Good job, Rocky Cavan's making a play right there. Swarm tackling. Just look, man, he's kind of hard to tackle. That's Ghana again. Same tackle, Ghana and Rocky making plays. Whole linebackers playing pretty good right now. Again, you know, very little experience.
Right.
But they're flying around the football, trying to make things happen. Good job.
That man again.
That's him again. His quarterback is a really good quarterback. He does a great job.
Reyes really had a good game.
He really did. I think he's playing with a lot of leadership now. I just think that's really impressive about Cornelius Burden. But again, he's a junior. You know, He's probably the oldest guy on our defense line with Kelly leaving. And that experience does that for you. You know, there's Rocky making a play right here. He's a true sophomore. Again, not able to redshirt, have to learn on the way.
Big play here.
It's a great play. Good job by Corey T. Ivy.
Keeping his feet in.
Keeping his feet in, concentrating, catching the football.
You know, everybody talks about the touchdown pass. That was just as big as the touchdown pass.
No question. Again, you know, he made big plays for us at the right time, and the kid's playing hard, you know, but he dedicated the season last summer. He worked out all summer, and he knows his limitations, but he said, I'm going to play hard, Coach, and I'm going to make plays for you.
Okay, coming up next, we have guests Jake Sills and Ahmad Kaba. So stay tuned, and Coach will be back later to talk about the game coming up against those Aggies. Welcome back to the John Blake Show. With me is our starting quarterback, Jake Sills. Thanks for joining us again. This is your second week.
Yes, sir.
You're a veteran now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Veteran on the show, and also now you've got some playing time under your belt. How does that feel to now, you know, have some time on the field, not just in practice?
You know, it helps out a lot. You know, Iowa State and Oklahoma State were two tough games. I mean, came down to the wire, and you know, I just made some bad reads against Iowa State, and hopefully I can correct that this week.
Let's talk about the first touchdown pass. You had two touchdown passes against Iowa State. The one to Ahmad Kaba, who is a guest on our show this week. Talk about that one.
Well, Kaba was supposed to run a corner route, and if he would have ran the corner route, he had his guy beat. And I kind of threw it to where he was supposed to be, thinking he was going to break it off, and he never did. And he accidentally looked back, I guess, and saw the ball going over to his left. So he made an immaculate catch. I mean, it was a great catch.
The second touchdown pass to Gerald Williams. Boy, talk about under pressure.
Oh yeah. Right before the play started, we changed up the routes that we would normally run. And I ran over and I told JJ to run a curl, and I told Kaba to run to post to the corner. And they ran them correctly, and I rolled out that way, and both of them were covered. And JJ kept scooting over to the middle of the field, which cleared out his cornerback. And one of their linebackers shifted out that way just a little bit, but he couldn't get back far enough to cover Gerald, and I dumped it over the top of that linebacker, and Gerald caught it and did his thing. So.
Okay, I'm really curious about this. You had, I don't know what position player it was, the linebacker that hit you just right as you threw. Did you know he was coming?
I had no clue. Right when I threw it, I thought I was going to be standing up still and see what happened, but ended up my face was right in the grass, and I had no clue if he caught it or not. And I heard the crowd erupt, so I felt something good had happened, so I was happy then.
You couldn't have waited another tenth of a second to throw that ball.
Yeah, I looked at it on film, and I still can't believe that I got the pass off. That guy was so close to me.
Okay, you were playing Iowa State last week. This week you're playing Texas A&M.
Yeah.
A little bit of a difference on talent level.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about A&M.
Yeah, we have to step up our game a lot. You know, their defense is incredibly fast and strong and athletic, and they like to blitz a lot. And, you know, I got to be patient this week and stick with our offensive line. And they have a big task in front of them, and they got to protect a little bit more than they usually do. And if they do, we got to take advantage of opportunities that we have.
Jake, the chances are you are our starting quarterback the rest of the season. Eric Moore, head injury. You know, you don't mess around with head injuries. What is it like to know that you're going to, you know, be finishing out this year as a starting quarterback? When we talked about last week, you know, you thought you were going to be the scout team quarterback this year and get some experience. You had mononucleosis the first year.
Yeah.
You talked about the dream come true. Well, now it's not a dream; it's a reality, Jake.
Yeah. Well, you know, I hope to play well these final 3 games and hopefully make a campaign for next year starting quarterback. And you know, I feel bad for Eric because he's a great Christian kid, and I look up to him a lot. He's one of my heroes, I guess. So, you know, I try to do the best that I can and try to make him happy in what I'm doing at the same time. And, you know, hopefully we can go down to A&M and pull off an upset.
It was a win last week. It was great. It was a sweet victory for all of us.
Yeah.
It was especially sweet for Coach Blake, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, he's been pounded by the media, and you know, it was just sweet for him because he hasn't had one in 5 games, and he deserves one more than anyone else. And you know, the media pounds him about how we should dismiss him from coaching next year and whatever. But you know, if we stick with him these next 2 years, within these next 2 years, we're gonna be a great football team. And you know, if they do dismiss him, we have a new coach, people are gonna think it's because of this new coach, and it's really not. It's really because of the talent he's recruited and the way he's been coaching us, and we're gonna have a great team.
Now, talk about your parents coming down for the game from Garden City, Kansas,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
What was it like for them?
They were extremely happy. I mean, it was a dream come true for them too. You know, my brother played at KU and he had a bad experience up there. He tore his shoulder 3 times and had to have 3 surgeries, and he had a tough career. And they were just really pleased with the way I played, and it was. My mom was crying and everything else about how I played, and she was extremely happy. My dad was extremely proud. He's a high school coach, and he coached me in high school, so it was kind of a dream come true for him too.
Well, congratulations on coming back, a come from behind victory,
Thank
a
you.
little Sooner magic in that throw.
Yes, there was. You know, if we can get 3 more wins on Sooner Magic, then that's fine with me.
Okay, well, thanks for being on the
Thank
show
you.
again. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. With me now is Ahmed Kaba from Westmore High School in Moore. Thanks for joining us on the show.
Thank you.
Ahmed, I've got to ask you about that touchdown pass at the end of the first half. Jake told me that it was actually a blown route.
Yeah, it was. I was supposed to go to the corner. It was a corner route, and the whole half, Coach hasn't told me anything about going to the corner. He just figured I knew, and I'm playing 3 different positions. Every now and then I'm going to make a mistake on a route, and he just threw it where it was supposed to go, and I didn't want to hear it next day at film, so I had to go get it, you know, and I put my hands out, and it was just there.
Boy, it was amazing you were able to hold on to it as you hit the ground.
Yeah. We work on catching and tucking every time. Whether you're in the air or just catching it, running it, you got to just catch it and bring it into your body. That's the whole key right there, just making sure you bring it in. If I can bring it in, it's going to be held on to.
You know, Ahmed, you have made it a point of making big catches. In the North Texas game, you made a touchdown catch. It was similar to the A&M catch, completely outstretched right before you hit the ground. Last year, you were thrown to 3 times. You caught all 3, 2 against A&M, 1 for 26 yards.
Yeah, it was. A&M was a big game for me. It really motivated me a lot. Had extended my confidence in me and confidence in Coach Blake and all the offensive plays that he's been calling, and he's gotten a lot better calling these passing plays, and he's seeing a lot more pass-oriented offense now, and it's a lot better now. It's a lot smoother. Everything's going a lot better.
How important is it right now for Coach Blake to know that the team's behind him, because they really are?
We're all behind him 100%. He's always behind us every time we make a mistake, anytime we goof up, doing anything wrong, and he's always supported us, and we have to support him. I mean, he's our coach, he's our head coach. It's like disowning your parents, you know, and out here, he's our parents, and he just has to stay strong, and he is strong. He has a lot of confidence in himself. He's a really strong person, and just like they asked me earlier, you know, is he gonna be here if he doesn't win? He's already won with us. He's won off the field and in life. He's a person with God, and he helps us out a lot, and we got to support him 100%, and we are behind him 100%.
This team is primarily, the starters are sophomores, a few juniors, mostly sophomores and freshmen. That really bodes well for the future.
Yeah, he tells us that a lot. You know, he says, you know, every time we make mistakes, well, we're a young team. We just have to correct those mistakes and go on, and hopefully we won't keep making those mistakes, even though we are a young team. Those are things that we have to overcome, and there's a lot of trials, tests, and ordeals that we have to get over, and there's a lot of things that Coach Blake explains to us. You know, he has to break down to us just because we're a young team, but we try to get over that and try to understand the game a little bit more, and as each week approaches, we try to get a different game plan and just come out and play ball and have fun.
A&M, it's not exactly Iowa State. They're a very, very good team. What do you think about the game coming in?
They're a real good team. We just have to sit down, watch film, know the things that they do and the things that they don't do. Every team has a weak point, you know. No matter how good, if you're ranked number 1, you're still going to have a weak point. We're going to find it out, and hopefully it's in the corners and we can use them a little bit.
Ahmed, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Best of luck this coming game, and the best thing I can say about your play and everything is the fact that you're only a sophomore.
Yeah.
And we've got you 2 more years.
Thank you.
All righty, we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Coach, Ahmed and Jake are fine young men.
No question, Steve. And you said the right word, they're fine young men. They're young men who are going out there doing things right and really dedicating themselves to doing what's right to help be leaders and role models on this football team. And I tell you, they're stepping up as football players, helping us win games, and I'm really proud of them.
You know, the press, the media isn't giving us much of a chance at all to beat Texas A&M, but that really doesn't matter to 83 guys that are suiting up for the Sooners.
No, I haven't.
They think they do.
I really haven't been concerned exactly what people think about our football team as far as us not giving us a chance to win. We know what we have to go do, and we know what they're capable of doing. They're an outstanding football team, and we understand that. But we've played some outstanding football teams, and we have been our own worst enemy against some of those teams. So we're going out there, hopefully, and not make mistakes and give ourselves a chance to win this football game.
Cut and slash on defense and try and make some big plays on offense? Is
No
that
question.
pretty good?
I think you identified it right there, Coach.
As far as injuries, how are we right now?
Well, we have several injuries right now. We've got guys who are trying to heal up, hopefully get Mike Woods back. Mike was running yesterday. I think he'll be fine. Again, you still got Mike Thornton, who's still nursing a sore ankle, but he ran a little bit in that game. We'll still be questioned about Skinner. Also with Kimnich is out for the season. We understand that Terry White won't be back.
Right.
We got some young kids who are stepping in. Got to patch the old line up again, but that's something we've been dealing with all year long, and we'll just get it done.
A bunch of freshmen and sophomores who are going to get great experience because you know what? The greatest thing about being a freshman and sophomore is we have them for 3 and 2 more years.
Well, I tell you what, it's a great experience for them, but I tell you, it's a tough situation for them too, but they're giving us everything they got, and that's all you can ask for them.
Best of luck against the Aggies, Coach.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll be back next week to review the Aggie game and also talk about the game coming up against the Baylor Bears. We'll see you then.
The John Blake Show was brought to you by Coca-Cola, pure refreshment for the Sooner fans. Phillips 66, the Performance Company. National American Insurance Company, Oklahomans working hard for Oklahomans. St. Anthony North, Bone and Joint, Mission Hill, and Hillcrest Hospitals. Gatorade, life is a sport. Drink it up. Oklahoma Tank Lines, professionals providing energy transportation solutions. Your local Mercedes-Benz dealership. Hillbrook Allen Hamilton, the businessman's insurance agency since 1911. And by the Sooner Club. Transportation for the John Blake Show crew provided by Bob Moore Cadillac. Furnishings provided by Mr. Robert Fine Furniture in Norman. This has been a SOONERVISION presentation.